Hello, welcome there. In this video, I played against the 1200 rated chess.com bot, Duolingo Zari, and I tried to explain every move I made. This video will be excellent for you if you struggle to take an advantage out of the opening when your opponent plays super passively and they don't really follow the opening principles. Let's see the game. E4, first move. I don't like chess. I love chess. Let's do this. She scared me. She got me at the first part. She scared me a little bit. Chess is a great way to make friends. It shows how people think. Right, that's actually true. Why do I feel like she will be kind and she won't trash talk much? Why do I feel like that? So she played e4. I could play c5 or e5. I feel like I want to play e5 this time. Controlling the center. That's not a bad idea. Whoa, 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 little lady. What's that? I just want everyone to realize the two greatest things in life are chess and movies about teenage vampires. I didn't become president of the chess club by going easy on people. She went to h5 and, well, now knight f6 might look like a great move, but it is not a great move because, e5 is hanging. I think I will want to continue. Well, g6 is a terrible move, right, Chad? I don't want to see you play g6 here, because then queen takes and our rook and king is hanging. So we could just play knight c6, which is a natural move. We can continue our development. And I like that. Let's play knight c6. It's a multifunctional move. We develop and defend e5. So let's play that. She went back. Whoa, okay, all right. Well, I want to tempi then. I will play as many games as you can handle. I am the chess club president, you know. I might be cute, but don't underestimate me. We can just play knight f6, I suppose. Let's just continue with the development, right, Chad? Why not? Let's do that. Knight f6. I promise I will try not to beat you so badly that it ruins your love of chess forever. I like that knights are represented by horses, but a unicorn would be better. I agree. I 100% agree, chat. So let's just continue with the developments. I like bishop c5 here. There is no theory here I would like to play. We could also play bishop b4, threatening to take over there. We could also do that. I think we have a couple of good moves. We are ahead in the development. Suddenly we are the white ones. Just kidding, but you get my points. We have developed more pieces at this point. Bishop c5, I like preventing d4 forever. Although now that's very well prevented. We could also play bishop b4, but then the knight could jump in there. But I guess it's fine. Bishop b4 it is. I like bishop b4. Any bishop can become a bad bishop if you are not careful. You would better watch out, she says. Okay. I mean, that's why we went there, to capture this knight, so we can capture an e4. Keep in mind, this can be a risky plan if your e5 pawn is not well defended. But since our pawn is well defended, there is nothing to fear. Plus, especially since we can castle fast. Because if our knight wasn't on c3, but on b8, and now we captured and pawn recaptured, and then we captured e4, then there could be queen d5, which is a trick. And once we save our horsey, white will be able to capture an e5. But good thing is we are defending e5, so there is nothing to fear. We can just capture on c3. My dream is to one day have my own chapter in the Oxford Companion to Chess. No self-respecting chess club president would mess this up. Okay, so now we can just capture on e4. Our pawn is very well defended, so we are good. Let's just capture there. Plus we can castle anytime, so that will be fine. Let's capture. Although one thing is, if we capture there could be queen g4, which might be a bit risky now that I looked at it. Queen could come there attacking our horsey and g7. Actually, now that I looked at it, maybe I don't want this queen g4 to happen because my king is not so well protected. So I could play d5, I assume, but Will that be good? Queen goes there. I play d5, which would be a discovered attack. Plus, we defend the knight. Again, a multi-purpose move. Queen captures on g7, and then we bring the queen there. And we have an amazing center, you say, chat? That doesn't look terrible, to be honest. Having a cool center, and then we could also castle long, and then have an open g5. I suppose we could take it. Let's take it for a biscuit, I'm curious. Let's risk it for a biscuit. Okay, let's be brave. Remember, just because there is an obvious move doesn't mean it's the right one. Phew, I'm glad I'm not you right now. This is tough. It's not, dear Zari. Yeah, f3 doesn't make sense. This is a terrible move. Again, remember, chat, don't move the f-pawn, especially not to 3 or 6. If you ever move the f-pawn, then this should be f4 or f5 or f4, not f3. f6 and f3 is very rarely, I repeat, very rarely good moves. So do not move the f-pawns. This is bad because now this diagonal is weak, plus moving the f-pawn at all weakens this diagonal. We don't have a dark squared bishop anymore to take advantage of that, but we can take advantage of this diagonal over here. We will give this check because once g3 happens, we can just capture it with the knight. And the whole point is if the pawn captures, we can just take the rook. And if the pawn doesn't capture, then we weaken the king's position even further and won a pawn, right? It's a win-win situation. I mean, not win-win situation, but win for me for sure. So let's give this check. And if the king just moves away, the king will never be able to castle ever again. So let's just play it. Okay, time to play for keeps. You can't see, but I'm doing my victory dance right now. So like we mentioned before, we have 2 pieces hanging, so there is no going back right now. We have to take on g3, and the rook is hanging. There is no forcing move that could scare me, so we can just take it. Always check if there is a forcing move from your opponent though. So let's capture. I'm not worried, but you should be. I know what to do here. Okay, she took it. Well, we will take the rook, not the pawn, because the rook is hanging, right? For free, so we won an exchange. That's already good. Taking the pawn could be interesting too, but I don't think we have many attackers to take advantage of the king situation here. We don't have a dark squared bishop. If we had a dark squared bishop here, I would think about capturing the g3 instead of the rook. But since it's only the queen and it's very hard to bring the knight closer and the bishop closer or the rooks closer, it makes more sense to take on h1. Let's take it. If you can't see the move the board is giving you, I can help you out. Go, Zari, go, Zari, go, 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 Zari. King move. What is this king move? Should I just give this check? But then the bishop goes to g2, so that doesn't make much sense. I also don't want my queen to get trapped accidentally on h1. Don't think anything could happen to that queen, even if it got trapped, but I'm not sure I like it. We could just play d6 to develop the bishop and control h3, so there is no knight or bishop that could go there, trapping our queen, but still it's not such a huge threat. I could also castle and play f5, e4 or f4, trying to open white's position. Maybe that's the best. Hard to decide. We are an exchange up, so anything could be working. I guess I like castle the most, maybe. So we can go with f5, f4 or e4 even. Because now I don't want that because my king is also in the middle. Plus if I castle, I could have a rook over there helping me. So I think I will just castle here. You are playing it safe, I see. My bishop moves diagonally, but your game is about to go sideways. She's also trash talking, but not such a trash talker like the previous two. She's at least more polite. I can give her that. So we need to move our queen now. Let's not plunder our queen. That would be a problem. I think the best is to bring it out. Other than playing queen h2. I don't see what our queen is doing on h2. Plus we can still get trapped. And yeah, I feel safer if we move this here. My best friend Lily won't join the chess club with me. She said she would rather get tricked into a scholar's mate than spend time with other people. G4. I don't think this is a good move. It looks like white is winning a tempo, but white really doesn't win tempo. White just weakens her position more. And we could give this check since the dark squares are weakened. Plus, after playing g4, we can now play f5 and threaten to open files at this king. Opening files benefits us now. So let's do it. Queen h4 check, I like that. Our queen cannot be attacked over there. The queen can move anywhere on the board, but you might want to keep her away from me. You are not going to get me that easily. So f5 looks like a good move to me because we want to bring the rook into the game, and the best way to bring the rook into the game is to open up some files. Play f5 and then we can capture there. And if white plays g5, they lose time, plus maybe we could continue with f4 or e4. We will see. I like that. Let's bring the rook. Yes, we can get a check, but there is nothing to worry about because we can just move the king away. That check is nothing. So let's push it, f5. I see what you are trying to do. I relate a lot to the queen. I have got lots of moves, and you can't take your eyes off me. Wow. Queen went to e1. Do I really want to exchange queens? The king is so bad that I'm not sure I want to exchange the queens. On the other hand, we are up on exchange, so even that could work if we exchange the queens. But generally, I would prefer to keep the queens on the board because this king is weak and I really want to get to it and checkmate it. So I decide to keep the queens on. I don't want to go to f6 because then g5 could come with a tempo, but I could go to e7. Pawn takes f5. Okay, that's not an issue. I like to go by the nickname Alpha Zero. I'm not sure I want to take that with the rook. Maybe I want to take that with the bishop. Now they are doubled isolated pawns. So actually we have the time to capture there. We could take it with the rook, but we could also just play d5 and develop a bishop, capture there later once we move the pawn. That could be an idea I like. Because my rook is fine there. I don't think I want to move it to f5. It could be more attacked, but I guess anything works. But I prefer to play d5, controlling the center and capturing that with the bishop. So at least we can bring that too into the game. Okay, let's play d5. Your piece is about to be mine, she says. We will see about that. This f4 move wasn't a great idea. Maybe she wants to crush my center. But to be honest, she shouldn't be opening the position, especially in front of her king. I have a rook looking at this king over there, and she offered a pawn exchange that can never be taken back, right? You can never play f3 again, and this pawn exchange will always be on the board. And yeah, she's threatening to take that pawn, but I don't think I care. I don't think I care. Maybe I will just capture an f5, bishop will take there, and I calmly retire on h8. Again, keep in mind, we might lose this pawn, but to be honest, if she takes that, she again not focusing on the development or the defense of her queen. Not queen, sorry, king. I don't think I want to play e4. That would defend the d5. It's also a good move. We are an exchange off. We have many good moves. But e4 could work too. Just the thing is then f4 won't be hanging that much anymore in the future. And I really want to get rid of the f4. And if the bishop keeps defending it, I don't want to play g5 later to get rid of it. So I will just sack this pawn. Especially since I can also bring my rook often to attack it, although there could be c4, but still, white opens more files. For me, I am the one attacking, so I don't mind the files open. I already have many pawns more, well, one pawn more than her right now, right? Yes. So that won't change. This is just a pawn exchange. Plus, we are also threatening to take there. I like this more than defending d5. Let's take it. Yes, okay, bishop took. we don't want to... We could, to be honest, we could bring this back just to eliminate a defender. At first I thought I would just move the king to h8. But bishop e6 looks like a fine move too, just I didn't want to move my bishop again. Although opening the rook's file wouldn't be such a bad idea, I suppose. We could do that. I feel more okay with king h8, I think. I want to capture there. Yeah, I don't know, I feel I want to keep this bishop. So king h8. Oh wait, I didn't read what she said. I'm going to go listen to some K-pop to cheer myself up and losing that piece. Now you have got one last chance at promotion. She goes back to e4. Okay, now that's a tiny little bit different. Maybe there I want to capture it, yes. But I didn't want to move my bishop back to capture it. Nice move, but I'm still coming for you. My bishop is pointy, so it can pierce through your defenses. We will see about that, little lady. So I think I want to capture there. Queen takes, and then queen goes to h4. Because I don't want to capture there yet. It's a free pawn, yes, but I don't want to exchange queens. It's still fine. We are good that way. But I don't want to exchange queens when the king is so exposed. So gonna capture, removing my bishop from the file, so my rook can look at the king. We take. You always have to be careful when taking a bishop off the board, mostly because if you drop them, they are pointy and they hurt to step on. Queen Zari has a nice ring to it. I will bring this queen here to h4, and I want to capture on f4 in the next and bring a rook to e8 to bring another piece into the attack. So I'm gonna do that. Also, if I go there, there could be knight there, but I don't think I'm afraid of that. I can just bring my queen even closer. I'm not sure I want to give checks. Could make sense also. We will see. We will see. I think it's a good idea to bring the queen. As pawn cannot be pushed. Let's see if your queen gets dethroned. Fun fact, I wanted to join the equestrian team, but my parents said it was too dangerous. So knight was the only horse I could get. We could give this check, and then that would be a bit hard for white to develop this c1 bishop. So we could do that. Knight check, queen check, and if the knight goes back, we can take the queen. I like that too. I like queen g3 too. I like queen h3 too. And there are a couple of moves we can do. Only thing is, we have to keep an eye on h7, since there could be a knight that comes in to g5. Not now because we can take it, but in the future, this is something we might not want. I guess we could take there and then take on f4 and bring a rook to e8. Let's do that. Check. Good attack, but not good enough. So let's take this pawn. I wanna take it, so I can bring my one rook over there. I don't want to start with the rook because then there could be f5, and I really want to open files, and you can open files by exchanging pawns. So let's do it. It's stressful being chess club president. I mean, how many people do I have to beat? I mean, play in a day. Pawn b3, and that's just too slow. I mean, at this point, everything is too slow, I suppose. Because, yeah, this king is not doing much, and white cannot develop easily. Bishop b2 is coming, but that's nothing. I mean, it does defend the rook, but we have some time. I think rook a e8 is a natural move, just to bring another attacker into the attack. And that could look nice, actually. Yeah, let's bring this rook here, rook a e8. I like that. I don't know what makes people seem more punny, the height of a castle or the level of my chess skills. Now the game is heating up. Okay, queen there. It would be nice to give this check, but that doesn't seem to work, of course. I'm thinking about this sacrifice here, because if king takes, I could give this check, and if the king steps to the d file, I could play rook d8. And that doesn't look like a bad idea. Plus, it's a fancy looking move. King takes, we give this check, and if the king stays there, I could give rook e8 check. And then the king has to move to the d file. And if the king doesn't move there, but plays bishop e3 instead, rook could capture there on e3. Knight e5 is rather fancy here. Knight e5 is also a fancy move, I like it. Yes, there is knight here and then knight g4 checkmate. We are also threatening that. How do you defend against knight g4? That's also a good question. Yeah, there could be bishop takes f4, but then we just capture here. But yeah, we win material, but I don't know. Let's play rook e2 chat just for fun. Let's do that. Rook e1 is also a nice one, but I'm not sure what we do after queen d3. We just take on c1, you say? We could. We definitely could. To be honest, all these moves are so nice. Hard to pick. Knight e5 it is. Let's play knight e5. I like it. What she has to say about... She didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. I'm disappointed. This is... What is this move? We can just play knight g4 check. King will move away and then we capture the queen. Okay, so knight g4 check. I don't see any faster way to finish her. Good attack, but not good enough. I know what to do here. That was it. That was all she had to say. I'm disappointed. Okay, so we take here, it's a free queen, plus it aligns with our plan that we want to checkmate the king. So let's take, boom. Remember, just because there is an obvious move doesn't mean it's the right one. I promise I will be nice, but I should warn you, I take chess very seriously. Okay, Bishi there. Okay, now our queen is hanging, so we have to be tiny little bit careful. We don't have to overdo it. Don't have to overdo being careful. But yeah, and just keep that in mind. I believe rook takes e3 should be fine. Yeah, why not? Rook takes e3. It comes with a check, we eliminate the defender, and we get closer to checkmating white. If you can't see the move the board is giving you, I can help you out. No self-respecting chess club president would mess this up. Zari, I have bad news. Maybe we could just capture this. And then threaten mate here, threaten this, and then that. Yeah, I think I like that the best. We capture, so we don't allow the king to hide on b2. We want to capture there. Yeah, there is nothing white can do. And then rook d8, and then rook e... what is it? Queen e1 checkmate. Yes, let's do that. I have won games with worse pieces than this. You can't see, but I'm doing my victory dance right now. Rook d8, check. Knight goes there. Knights might be horses, but my chess skills make me a unicorn. And now, mate. Okay, let's see. You should keep up your winning streak by acing some language lessons. I know an app where you can do that. Okay, let's see the game review. How well did we play? We did 93% accuracy. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate if you subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can find more educational content in the future. Don't forget to like the video, and I would be curious what you think of the video in the comment section. See you later!